The Texas sunrise painted the ranch in warm golden light as John Carter enjoyed his morning coffee on the porch. Everything looked peaceful, but he had no idea fate was about to test his generosity. His prize bull grazed calmly in the distance. As John looked toward the ranch entrance, he noticed a teenage boy slowly walking down the dusty road. The boy looked exhausted, hungry, and unsure whether he should keep moving or ask for help. John walked to the front gate and greeted the teenager with a calm smile. The boy quietly admitted he hadn't eaten in 2 days and was simply looking for honest work, not charity. Rather than asking more questions, John invited Ethan inside the farmhouse for breakfast. Fresh eggs, biscuits, bacon, and hot coffee filled the kitchen with warmth that the teenager hadn't felt in years. After breakfast, Ethan explained that both of his parents had passed away and he had been surviving on the streets. He dreamed of finishing school, but couldn't even afford a place to sleep. Instead of offering pity, John handed Ethan a pair of work gloves. He told him there was always honest work on the ranch for someone willing to earn it. Over the next few weeks, Ethan learned how to repair fences, feed cattle, and clean the barn. Each day he grew stronger, more confident, and grateful for the opportunity. One afternoon, John received an overdue mortgage notice. Without immediate payment, the ranch he had built over decades could be taken by the bank. John looked out the window toward his prized Angus bull. Selling the animal would break his heart, but it was the only way to save the ranch and give Ethan a future. At the local livestock auction, John watched as his best bull was sold. The payment would cover the ranch's debts and help Ethan enroll in school, even though it meant saying goodbye to something priceless. After the auction, John used part of the money to pay the overdue bills and enrolled Ethan in a nearby vocational high school. Ethan promised he would never waste the opportunity John had given him. For the first time in years, he believed his future could be different. Ethan balanced school during the day and ranch work every evening. John became more than an employer. He became the father figure Ethan had been missing. Their bond grew stronger with every passing season. For years later, Ethan proudly graduated with top honors. Before accepting his diploma, he searched the crowd until he saw John smiling proudly in the front row. With tears in his eyes, Ethan thanked John for changing his life. He accepted a scholarship hundreds of miles away, promising he would return one day to repay the kindness. The years passed quickly. John grew older. His hair turned completely white, and the ranch became quieter. Although life was simple, he often wondered what became of Ethan. Another difficult season brought drought and declining cattle prices. John worried he might once again lose the ranch he had spent his lifetime protecting. One quiet morning, John noticed dust rising far beyond the ranch entrance. A long line of white service trucks slowly approached the property, stretching farther than he could see. Truck after truck rolled to the front gate until nearly 40 service vehicles lined the ranch road. Curious neighbors gathered nearby, unable to understand why such a large convoy had arrived. One man stepped out of the lead truck, wearing a Navy business suit. John stared in disbelief as the man smiled warmly and slowly walked toward him. The man introduced himself with a smile. "I'm Ethan." John immediately recognized the young boy he had once welcomed into his home. The two embraced after more than 3 decades apart. Ethan explained that he now owned one of the nation's largest utility infrastructure companies. He had searched for John for years, determined to thank the man who believed in him first. The convoy wasn't there for construction contracts. Every truck carried skilled workers and equipment donated to completely restore John's aging ranch at no cost. Workers repaired barns, installed modern electrical systems, rebuilt damaged fences, and upgraded water lines. The old ranch slowly transformed into something stronger than ever before. Ethan handed John a framed photograph taken years earlier. It showed a teenage boy standing beside the rancher and the prize bull that had changed both of their lives. Ethan admitted he had learned the truth only recently, that John had sold his best bull to help save both the ranch and Ethan's future. The sacrifice had never been forgotten. As another surprise, Ethan arranged for several healthy Angus cattle to be delivered to the ranch. John smiled, realizing the empty pastures would once again be full of life. Local families and ranch workers gathered to celebrate John's generosity. Ethan publicly thanked the man whose compassion had changed the course of his entire life. Ethan announced a scholarship fund for struggling rural teenagers in John's name. He hoped future generations would receive the same chance he had been given decades earlier. As the sun set, John looked across the restored ranch with gratitude. What began with one act of kindness had come full circle in the most unexpected way. John realized that kindness is an investment whose rewards often arrive when least expected. One selfless decision had changed countless lives, proving that compassion can echo across generations. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this heartfelt story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Speech Balloon, where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments below.